The guitar that I'm about to show you has to be one of metal's most iconic guitars. What is up everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm repping my Garfield shirt because he can have the one thing that I can have, and that's lasagna, but that's not the point of the video. Also, I'm wearing a cool hoop because it's freaking hot in LA. So this is keeping me cool and, sane. If you haven't seen my YouTube shorts, then you're in for a surprise. In this video, I'm gonna show you what I consider one of metal's most iconic guitars. And I can't believe I never did a proper video about it, and it's been maybe 2 years since I've got it. Now, there's a reason I said one of metal's most iconic guitars and not the iconic guitar, because let's be honest, there's a lot of guitars out there that are like iconic in its own way. I'm gonna mention a few that to me are iconic, in its own way. You might find weird. Maybe they may be a bit niche, but for example, Michael Romeo's Purple LTD in the guitar chapter, Michelangelo Beirio's Flame Armor Dean, Alexi Lejos ESP Black and Pink guitar, Randy Rhoads Polka Dot V, Yngwie Malmsteen signature guitar. Now, you can hate this one, but I kinda like them also because they were a big deal back in the day, but BC Rich back when Black Belt Brides were repping them. Mick Thompson's Hate BC Rich and the 7 Ibanez. And back in the day, Tribunes, Dean Razorbacks, this in particular, the white and gold, and the one with the skulls graphic that Corey used to play, and the white 7 string, which to this day is still one of my dream guitars. Of course, let's not forget, Slash's Les Paul. Now, without further ado, here's the guitar. It is the Dean Dime Razorback Black Lighting. A couple of years ago, I made an unboxing on this guitar and could appreciate all of these nice comments, including this one. Now, it's hard not to feel like this meme after all the legal issues that Dean has been going through, which I'm not gonna talk about it in this video. Now, I gotta admit that this guitar has been part of my wish list since forever. If you're watching this, I know you had a list of guitars that you wish you had. We all do. The specs of this guitar are 22 frets with the iconic Razor on the 12th, mahogany body, 24-inch scale length, a Floyd Rose, and DMT pickups. I've said in the past that I don't like stock brand pickups, like Jackson guitar pickups, Ibanez pickups, and in this case, DMT. Now, I'm gonna play some riffs for you. I'll be using Archetype Gojira in the default setting with no boost or anything like that. And a disclaimer before I show you the riffs. Pantera's riffs are mostly in E standard, D standard, and C sharp standard, but they are tuned to 435 Hz. This guitar is tuned to E standard 440. I don't want to catch you guys being boomers telling me that I'm out of tune when I'm not. Possibly, it is a Floyd Rose, so possibly maybe out of tune, but the guitar is tuned to E standard. I'm not gonna go out of my way to tune this guitar to 435 Hz. Again, it is a Floyd Rose. It is as hard as it is right now. So, with that being said, let me show you how this guitar sounds. Like I said, I'm not a fan of stock brand pickups, but I have to admit that the DMT pickups actually can hold on their own. Of course, nothing beats a Jet to Holiday. No, nothing beats the Seymour Duncan combo that Dimebag used to have on its guitars, which I probably should, because aesthetically it will look way better and it will sound way better. But like I said, the DMT can actually, punch through the distortion. Now, before I wrap this video, there's something I like to do with my guitars, or guitars that I get. And this is called a high access fret test. What this means is that I attempt to play in the higher frets to see if it's comfortable, because whenever I get a guitar, I want to be able to play the whole guitar, So here it is. Now, it's not the worst, but it's not the best. What's actually limiting my playing is the Floyd Rose, which, another disclaimer, it's been years since I played with a Floyd Rose. Since I started playing, bit of lore. Since I started playing, I've only had Floyd Rose guitars because I didn't know better, and that's why they would sell me. And this part, it's really annoying. That's why my other guitars are, a solid bridge. As you can see from my 7-string, it is a normal bridge, and I can tune this however I want. I love it. Besides the killer shape, you gotta admit that the graphic is amazing. The blue lighting, it's so iconic, and having Dimebag silhouette on the back of the headstock is just amazing. And with the release of Dying Guitars, we're gonna see if that legacy can still live on. This guitar, it's been kept in its case, and I have more as a keepsake, which I should play more often. After all, this is a weapon. Like, look at this. Just insanely beautiful. Like, this is history, and now with the whole Dime state, who knows if we're ever gonna get back like actual Razorbacks, but who knows. But for now, I'll enjoy this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.